This is video number 86 for cello students, and in this video we're going to learn how to play number 141 in your book. So open page number 35. We're continuing with our G major unit, and G major playing on the D and the A string, and a little bit of the G string sometimes too. And look at this one. This is 141. It has a pickup note, and it has a repeat. Now look, does this one repeat the pickup note? Yes, it does, okay? Because remember, there's only one repeat sign. Remember, if they had just, if it was like 138 and they were facing each other, this way, they were facing each other, you'd only play what's in between there. But since there's only one repeat sign, you repeat all the way back to the beginning, okay? Just like you used to do. It's just a little different, it feels a little different with a pickup note. But if you look at the last measure, first of all, let's look at our times here. We're in 4/4 time, right? 4/4 time, so there should be 4 beats in each measure. Look at the last measure of the song. It only has 3 beats. So when you do your repeat, you play the first 3 beats at the end, and then beat 4 right at the beginning. And there's no pausing in between at all, okay? Now this song, it looks all innocent. It's all just quarter notes. This will be easy. People get lost in this song all the time. Now there's really only one little spot I can kind of help you out with. But this one doesn't have an everyone messes up here kind of thing. The typical places people mess up is they forget to repeat, or when they repeat, look how many G's there are in a row. So when you play the last note before you repeat, that's a G. And then go back to the beginning, there's another G and another G. And people get lost in all of that, okay? And again, this one, I'm going to give you some suggestions, but this one is just that you got to practice it on your own, because you're all going to mess up in different places. And it doesn't do what you expect. Okay, so just know that. It looks all nice and innocent, but it's not, okay? Keep your eyeballs glued to your music. 4/4 time, you have 1 quarter note pickup note, so that takes up 1 beat. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. You play on beat 4. Your first note happens on beat 4. And 1, 2, you're shadowborn, by the way. 1, 2, 3. A sharp. C natural, second finger. That's sharp. Don't forget your repeat. Beginning, measure 1. Okay, I hope you didn't get too lost in that, but if you did, and you want to practice a little bit on your own first, that's okay. What I would suggest is actually you don't pause and practice on your own first. I'm going to suggest a couple of things to you first, okay? So let's do the last measure of the first line. Now notice you have a G and then a high D. Just like you did over on 139, where you went from 4 to 4, I would like for you to try to roll that rather than pick it up. If you pick it up, you're very likely going to get extra sounds. It's not an easy thing to do. If your fingers are weak, it's not going to be easy for you to do. Hopefully your 4th finger is getting stronger and stronger day by day, and we can just roll it as opposed to picking it up. Okay, so try that last measure of the first line. Echo me. Go. A, G, roll it to high D. Try it again. Go. A, G, roll. Now play plus 1 note. So go after the high D is a C natural. Play that now. Echo me. Last measure of the first line, plus 1 note. Roll it, C natural, go. A, G, roll high D, C natural, again. Go. A, G, high D, C natural. Now finish out that measure. Last measure, first line, first measure, second line. High D, C natural, A, B, B. All right? Now would be a time when you might want to pause the video, try it on your own, and see how you do. Okay? When you're ready, come back. We're about to play it all together from the beginning. Now let me tell you this. If you finish before me, you're forgetting to repeat certain notes, okay? So a lot of notes that are repeated in a weird place. That's why it's hard to not get lost in this one. Beginning with the repeat. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, up bow. F sharp. Roll the high D. F sharp. Don't forget to repeat. Beginning, measure 1. Okay, now one thing I'm sorry I forgot to mention. Notice it says that this one is a round. A round is a song where we learned this when we did La Farajaka, okay? A round, you've got to have at least one other person to be able to do a round, okay? It just doesn't work out by yourself because you can't play two things at once. I mention this now because I want you to know that that little circle with the 1 and the circle with the 2 and the 3 and the 4, that is only going to be used when you're actually able to play with someone or in a classroom setting. So the kids that are learning this in class, they're getting to play this as a round. You're going to miss out on that if you're having to learn just by yourself, just through these videos. You're not going to be able to play with somebody. But a round, basically, if you wanted to do this and you had a friend that could play with you, one person would be the first person to play, one person would be the second person to play. Everyone plays from beginning to end. Okay, you just start at different times. So when the first person gets to that little circle 2, that's when the second person starts. But they start at the beginning. So the first person is ahead of them in the song. Now, rounds only work with certain songs. You can't try it with just any old song. It'll sound terrible. Remember how certain notes sound good together and certain notes don't? Okay? So only certain songs that say that they can be played as a round will work out. You can't go try to play bingo with a round. It's not going to work out. It's going to sound terrible. But also, you can't do a round by yourself. You got to have a buddy that's playing the same song as you are. Okay? So practice that one. Again, you're focusing on getting rid of extra sounds, getting in tune, and increasing your tone.